Hey people, Inquisitor here, 2v2, Calderis Refinery blue side. The King of Pythons is an Inquisitor, offensive hero with powerful control abilities, begins in melee but can get specialized ranged weapons. Alongside, Kabanyaka with a Chaos Lord, a durable and destructive hero walking through objects that cannot be suppressed with powerful offense and disruption fighting in melee. The World Eater's elite scheme here for Kabanyaka. Red team, Farnir with a Chaos Sorcerer, offensive and destructive hero with powerful battlefield manipulation and controlled fighting in melee by default. We got some Black Legion. And rounding off the teams, Dice Roll with a Force Commander, very strong offense, fighting in melee combat, can also tank, disrupt and support. Blood Ravens, who's looking after the power then? Looks like it's the two Chaos fellas, Kabanyaka on the east side for the blue team with the two natural powers, and west side is Farnir as the Sorcerer with the two natural powers. Chaos Lord and Force Commander meet. Nope. Forgot to bring a gift. And here's the Sentinel assisting the east side from King of Pythons, flanking around, getting some shots. Tactical Marines popping their Kraken bolts to do extra damage to the heavy infantry armor of the Sentinel. Chasing it down a bit. Chaos Lord just strolls past the Force Commander, who goes after some CSM. Chaos Lord wants to get on those Tactical Marines. Central VP turns blue thanks to King of Pythons. Here come the CSM of Farnir, who goes double CSM. We've got some extra heretics for Kabanyaka, and of course the Sentinel either side with guards on either side of it, I should say, for King of Pythons. Special attack misses. Some Tzeentchian worship. A little bit of Tzeentchian worship. Hammer of the Witches couldn't stop the Doom bolts though, which killed, I think, only one guardsman actually. Inquisitor now goes in amongst the CSM, gets a good special. Here come more CSM though. Doom Blast, tried to dodge the stomp. Kind of dodged it a bit, but there's a lot of domino knockback there. One of the CSM models died. CSM, I think they're trying to chase down the guardsman here. No, they're putting pressure on the Sentinel actually. 2-1 cap early on because that central cap for King of Pythons. Doom Blast scares off those guardsmen. These guys are going to be in trouble. Everyone could just pile into melee, I think. Nope, CSM turn to engage the Sentinel again. Did a fair amount of damage to it. Needs to be repaired. Here come heretics to the mid for Kabanyaka, making sure this stays blue. Catachan Devils on the way for King of Pythons, who's going to get a triple cap here for their team. CSM now taking shots. Two of them. No Eternal War. They should do decent damage to a lone hero early on. Good special again from the Inquisitor. And here's Hammer of the Witches. That's stun and damage. Such a cool starting ability for her. Gets the cap. Annoys some CSM, runs away. Mid is now turning in red thanks to the scouts. And blue team are getting a natural back because it was decapped by Tactical Marines. Their Havoc's up for Kabanyaka. Have a heavy bolter by default to suppress infantry. And Havocs for Farnir too. Assault squad for Dice Roll. They will jump the Havocs and then be mobbed by double heretics and the Chaos Lord, I guess. Might as well throw the CSM in melee against them as well. There's some Corn Worship for +2 speed. Chaos Lord going up the east side though. Not sure if you're going to finish this cap, but there's at the jump. And they jumped long and got the CSM as they moved back. The heretic should stop worshipping here and fight. Here we go. These fellas with an aspiring champion. Boosts their melee prowess, gives them some more hit points, and more hit points means their Doom Blast explosions do more damage. He's also a decent fighter in his own right, their aspiring champion. Kicking off in the mid. Doom Bolts flying in. Catachan Devils. That was a shotgun blast against those Assault Marines, I think, but then they just ran away anyway. Grenade launcher on those fellas. A nice flank from Farnir. Double Eternal War CSM, aspiring champion heretics and Havocs. Inquisitor trying to get in. There's the stomp. Havocs are going to do some good work here. Lots of damage. Oh, but there's Hammer of the Witches. Saved the Inquisitor there, the Hammer of the Witches, I think. Stopping that lead model from firing its heavy bolter. Good presence in the mid for the red team still though, thanks to Farnir. Doom bolts in. Those guys in big trouble. Might drop a model on retreat. Nope, Sorcerer couldn't quite get it done, but they're streaming through. And here come Tactical Marines of Dice Roll to just melee those Havocs away. They're going to cap the mid. Sentinel still harassing with some repair support. Those guys should be pushing up to shoot the guardsmen, I think. So they are doing so. Havoc's up here as well. Havoc's pushing really far forward, not trying to stabilize the mid at all. They're still running. There they're setting up. Set it up way too far forward. I wonder if that was a genuine mistake from Farnir. It seems like they should have held the Havoc's back, something to fall back to, but they didn't. Tactical Marines bashing power with a flamer here. Gonna get a full bash. I'm not sure if this was full in the first place, but they took at least 2 gens down. There's the jump. Nicely done. Got the Heretics and the Havoc's. Kraken bolts. Tactical Marine flamer. Havoc's got destroyed, but they didn't drop a model. They lost health so fast, but didn't drop a model. That flamer did a lot of work there. Doom blasting Heretics, then they run. Here comes the Chaos Lord. Can he get a model off those Tactical Marines? Does start with a power weapon, although only 26 DPS. So it's not insanely scary. Wants to get in on a Devastators, gets to kill the weak and runs. Couldn't get up on that heavy bolter here. It's a rough spot at the moment for Kabanyaka. Assault squad doing a lot of tier 1 bullying, as they often do, and we've got a power sword force commander. Not only is it a power weapon, which is useful, but it increases his battle cry to 15% per battle cry attack buff rather than 10. Also got the Artificer for general tankiness and a bit of energy, and the Iron Halo for even more tankiness. Chaos Lord should get revived eventually, but we might get a double power bash here. Devastators setting up to cover this approach. West side looks a lot better for the blue team. King of Pythons stabilizing on this VP with a multi-laser turret up. We've got some spotters. Doom bolts was nasty. Sentinels here as well. Havoc's trying to set up. But that's a lot of disruption. That was a grenade launcher from the Catachans and the spotters calling in an artillery shell. Doom blast on the Inquisitor allows a bunch of lasguns to get shots in though. Shotgun blast for the Sorcerer. Those guardsmen run, all the guardsmen run. Looks like the Inquisitor has Holy Brazier. Using the Rosarius conversion field to get in there as well. But they're doing bolts. Oh, that could have wiped out those Catachans there if they didn't retreat. Did they get a completely full bash? Not quite. They bashed that gen farm. Sorcerer in on the spotters now. Maybe they've already been stomped. Blood Crusher, there's the stomp. Blood Crusher and Blood Letters out in tier 2 quickly for Kabanyaka. And here's the assist. Blood Crusher coming in. This is a demon with vehicle armor. Good mobility and damage output, but isn't the toughest thing around. Does not have melee resistance as well, so it takes full damage from melee attacks. 600 hit points, can charge, can roar to scare stuff as well, and because it's a demon, you can worship this thing to great benefit. Kabanyaka can give it extra speed as well with the Corn Worship. And here's your Bloodletters. Power melee Hellblades, can teleport around and really hurt stuff. Also, of course, demons, so they love that worship. Plague Marines on the way for Farnir. In response to the Blood Crusher, I guess, just generally a useful unit to have around because of their durability. Fire things up in melee with them, that kind of stuff. Force Commander now has a Power Fist. There's the jump. 2v1 here against King of Pythons. Can they get a good stomp? Uh-oh, Spotter's getting ripped apart. Stomp completely misses there. Capuchin is now in play. And they missed their grenade launcher. It's not gone great for King of Pythons so far, this little push. The staggered jump. And they slice through. Gonna get a decap on the wreck point. Rest of the map looking quite blue though. King of Pythons just got a revive, I guess, on the Chaos Lord. And they've got the natural and central VPs. West side being capped up by the red team, but they need to come mid and respond. There's the Holy Pyre. A debuff and the damage over time. Area denial ability. You don't get the debuff circles anymore though, because it was causing bugs, I think, when they tried to put those in. Bloodletters teleporting in. Yeah, really bad news for Devastators, because they take time to drag their weapon up and run, and they only have that 20% damage resist, melee resist. the Devastators rather than the full 40. So they get really sliced up by Bloodletters. You know what hurts Bloodletters though? Power Fists. They hurt everything. Can you get a model here to force one? Nope, there's a special attack. Now gets suppressed. Bloodletters on him. Blood Crusher on him. Those demons getting a bunch of health regen and energy regen from the worship, and demon units in general are quite energy intensive. Double slaughter CSM. Very powerful ability. Has a long cooldown though. Basically removes the cooldown time from their ranged weapons and is constantly firing them, which obviously increases their DPS. You also draw melee weapons for some good melee DPS with health regen. But as I said, I think it has a 2-minute cooldown to use that ability. And it starts on cooldown as well when you get the Aspiring Champion. 487218. Really cool addition though for Elite Mod, that thing. Havocs with a Mark of Khorne auto cannon. Getting messed up by Bloodletters though. Well, threatened by Bloodletters. Here's the response. Bloodletters dropping model there. You can't suppress them because they're demons. But of course they'll take a bunch of damage from a heavy bolter. Retreat with 2 models there. Spotter shells coming in. Double spotters for King of Pythons. Don't see that very often. Got plasmas up on the guardsmen. No commissars yet though, just the sergeants. So up to 9 models rather than 12. And Cardassian Devils don't have their Sarge yet, who gets a melter gun, which is pretty handy. Here's your Plague Marines. Snaring missile launcher. 2,000 hit points on 3 models and a bunch of health regen. Can they get the mid though? There's a Khorne Shrine which will spawn Bloodletters periodically. Not permanent Bloodletters though. Doom Bolts. Ouch, Doom Bolts painful for those Havocs. Hell Fury Strike dropped in the mid by King of Python's Inquisitor too. Here's a Librarian for Dice Roll. Tier 3 for Farnir. Has the Force Staff. 482 to 184. Going to take this shrine down. Was in a bit of an odd place actually by Kabanyaka. Here comes a Blood Crusher and some Markle Zinch Chaos Space Marines. The shrine does indeed go down. Put some more worship up in the top right of your screen. Force Commanders found some heretics to punish with the Power Fist. Librarian with a Force Barrier. Messed up that one CSM model. Heretics got messed up by the Force Commander. Chaos Lord turns and flees. What's he got going on? He's got the Mantle of Hate for Drain Life. Uh-oh. Bunch of plasma guns have found the backside of the Tactical Marines, but they are going to run, I think, and be okay, maybe. Bloodletters are there, though. Nasty flank with those plasma guns for a second. 478 to 184. 1-to-1 cap. Big VP lead for the blue team. But I feel like the engagements are on a knife edge. At any moment, someone can have a really good fight and push through. Red team are going to get the 2-to-1 here. Have the mid. Bunch of CSM looking after it. More fire from another Hell Fury, I guess. Oh, that was Holy Pyre, maybe. I'm not sure. Why is it burning for so long? Inquisitor's down. Yeah, there must have been a Hell Fury. 467 to 184. No attempt to push up the east side by Kabanyaka, waiting for King of Pythons to get back out of base, I guess. Here comes a Dreadnought for Kabanyaka. There's tier 3 for Dice Roll. Farnir, not far off something big and scary. Great Unclean One, maybe, but it could just be a tank soon. Would love to see a Great Unclean One, especially with the Sorcerer teleporting it around and that kind of thing. 450 to 184. Khorne Shrine looking after the VP. Just trying to threaten the edges here. Here's Kabanyaka. I imagine we'll just get a default Chaos Dreadnought. Maybe Mark of Khorne to punish the assault squad. They have done a lot of work for Dice Roll. They've got that Melter Bomb as well with Thunder and Lightning. Couldn't quite get the decap King of Pythons, but turns to hit the Sorcerer with Hammer of Witches. Big fight brewing here. Jumping in the back lines of the Assault Marines, getting rid of the spotters. In fact, there's a full retreat from King of Pythons, and that was well played by the red team. I think they spotted King of Pythons out here, isolated. Came up them with full force, got them off the field. Now they can turn and do the same to Kabanyaka, perhaps. Bloodlet is dropping models. Chaos Lord now has lightning claws and is capping the mid. Or was capping the mid. Assault Squad jump into suppression. Now getting shot at with Inferno in PvP damage from these fellas. There's a drain life. Not sure if Kabanyaka can hold though. Giving it a good go. That heavy bolt is doing a lot of work, but there's a jump. It is a mark of Khorne. Chaos Dreadnoughts. King of Pythons goes tier 3. No tier 3 units yet for the red team. What are they up to? Farnir must be saving for a great unclean one. Dice roll probably wants the 6 red they're missing to get Terminators there. The Catachan's smoke grenade there. Not to be confused with the smoke shell, of course, of the spotters. Oh, maybe it was just an incendiary shell that we saw earlier on the VP. Because as you can see, it lasts a while from those spotters. If you double them up, it can be really nasty. 400 to 184. Dreadnought, I don't think it's been able to fight anything yet, have you? That's taken some damage. Oh, it's a Land Raider Phobos from Farnir. Wasn't expecting that. Uh-oh, lots of damage for the Dreadnought to deal with. Plague Marine missiles and a auto cannon. There's the Blood Rage. Giving you more damage, more speed, more durability, but you lose control of your Dreadnought for the duration. Bloodletters to support it. That's going to be important. Using the Bloodletters to tie up the ranged units and scare them off pretty quickly will really help out the Dreadnought. And a good push. Kabanyaka judged it well, knew the Bloodletters were coming in to clean up. And it's spotters capping the mid. Still has the double spotters for double incendiary. Potentially. A smoke shell back there. Because of the revive the Chaos Lord. Still level 1 this Chaos Lord. Terminators, I assume, yep, Assault Terminators for dice roll are in. Very tough these fellas. 5,400 hit points. They can't level up. They can't get more than that, but it's a hell of a lot to have. Supported by the Librarian here with Veil of Time, speeding them up. Got those heavy melee Thunderhammers. And I think they'll keep it for a while, at least until the Dreadnought goes down. Then we might see them get the Lightning Claws to mess up infantry. Inquisitor though, very, very good at dealing with enemy Terminators if you can invest in her war gear to do so. At the moment she doesn't have much to fight the Terminators. I guess she still has Hammer of the Witches, but Holy Pie is not going to really help much. I guess debuffing their damage is always useful. Here's the Land Raider Phobos with side mounted twin linked las cannons there. Heavy bolter on top and a storm bolter. 352 184. Red team looking quite strong. Here comes Lehman Russ for King of Pythons. Terminator's taking a lot of damage. They do have the plasma and the Mark of Zinc CSM. They're doing some good damage, but can they control their movement? That's typically how you deal with Terminators. You control their movement, especially the melee variety. I guess that's the case with all melee units, but when Terminators can't retreat out of stuff, you can really mess them up with stuns and snares. Dirge Caster is popped. Not sure why it was popped. Nothing was really close to the Land Raider there, as I saw. Dreadnought's in amongst things, so is the Chaos Lord. Dreadnought is so far forward though, needs to be careful. Phobos will do huge amounts of damage to it. Like that. One more of those, it would have gone down. Chaos Lord still chasing. Artillery spotters with their incendiary shells there side by side. Burning everything up. Doesn't do a lot of damage to single entities though. I think having the disruption, having 2 pops of disruption would be more useful most of the time. if you're against Marines. Maybe the incendiaries will burn through a bunch of light infantry really well. Leman Russ with the Vanquisher cannon, so it's adept taking on large targets. Gate of Infinity gets the Force Commander out of trouble, and straight back into different trouble. Runs away, there we go. 315 to 155 on the VPs. Double Chaos Dreadnoughts for Kabanyaka. They are now my hero. This guy's getting repaired. Predator tank for dice roll. And the Terminators are healed up. Force Commander runs, level 3. Hasn't changed their loadout. Nothing yet for the Inquisitor to directly counter the Terminators yet, or make their lives bad. Still a level 1 Chaos Lord. And level 4 Sorcerer with no war gear. Could see Tome of Subjugation to help with they don't have, I didn't have Mark of Pawn CSM. Only Mark of Zinch. Still useful though. Pick off a high value infantry target and turn it against their friends. Oh, we got some Chaos Terminators for Farnir. With Lightning Claws already in. 315 to 147. There's all that fire again from the spotters. What we leveled up to, fellas? Level 2 and level 2. Kicking off in the mid. And they show no fear. Tactical Marines holding their ground. Heretics being weirdos. What are you up to, fellas? Maybe just being thrown away for population. But I guess Kabanyaka still has some heretics for worship and repairs. Old tank's in trouble. Got a Mark of Zinch Dreadnought now with the anti-vehicle missile launcher. Drain life on the Force Commander. Tosses him aside. Terminator's got teleported out by the Librarian, I imagine. Yep, back there. There's the spotter's spotter flare thing. Gives you vision. Good for shooting stuff at long range in your Manticore strat. So we are getting a Manticore for King of Pythons. I thought it would be another Leman Russ. Red team sitting pretty in the mid. But they got VPs to make up here, 130 or so. And look at this. Inquisitor with Rosarius up. Well, conversion field up. Gets the decap. Maybe even a cap over there. Can't leave it undefended, fellas. Got to keep something on this side now all the time. Maybe a shrine as well or something like that. They stopped the cat. This melee dreadnought still alive makes you very happy. Catachans and a Chaos Lord trying to cap. Got some demoralization from the Chaos Terminators killing stuff. Manticore thrown in. Manticores can be super effective against super heavy vehicles like a Land Raider when they're so big. Pawn Dreadnought just smacked apart a couple of Devastators there, but they get away. Popped the Blood Rage. The other Chaos Dreadnought backing away. Assault Terminator's going after them, but I think the Dreadnought's fine. I think they're both going to be fine here. Red team, are you capping the mid? They're not quite capping the mid. Can't quite work it out. There we go, Terminators are on it. Sorcerer's going to die, I think. Nope, Sorcerer lives. Sorcerer does indeed live. And they have now stationed something over there. It's the Force Commander himself to stop this Inquisitor being annoying. 270 to 137. Gonna get a las cannon on these Havocs. Bit crazy to send your tank in sight unseen like that. I think he was trying to finish off the Dreadnoughts, but almost went down. Havoc setting up there now. Red team have the mid. 262, 137. The Inquisitor got the decap, despite the Force Commander being there. She has been scared off. Manticore strike. Forces off the Havocs, but didn't do much else. There's a Dark Flames thrown in for Farnir. Or from Farnir, I should say. Kabanyaka still in tier 2. Baneblade on the way for King of Pythons. There's las cannon shots. There we go. Boom. And a Frenzied Barrage. And another las cannon shot. Almost got the tank. Lots of repairing for these heretics to do. Oh, they got some new heretics, Kabanyaka. So I guess it didn't mean to lose those other ones. Yeah, red team aren't quite confident enough to push the east side, and with good reason. Kabanyaka's really dug in here. 2 dreadnoughts, las cannon can punish any big targets that come over here. Manticore as well could mess them up. Even Russ ready to dash over there and defend it. I think they need more stuff here, not just the Force Commander. I guess these guys are ready to respond if they need to. Tzeentchian worship infiltrating all that stuff there. Chaos Lord now with a Dark Halo and did get the level 2. Baneblade 3/4 of the way done. Is it going to be enough to punch through? It might be the catalyst they need. Started off with a Manticore strike, then throw the Demolisher Cannon in. Does the Inquisitor have any... No, she doesn't have much to stop these Assault Terminators running up on stuff and smacking it. And these Chaos Terminators, of course, as well. Hammer of the Witches will help. If you stun one of the models, the other ones will kind of stick around to stay in coherency. More shrines. I'm liking all the shrines. Baneblade must be up. There it is. Bunch of guns all over it. We'll see what it does. A good use of the Demolisher could make the difference here if they can disrupt something. What would they disrupt though? If they could get the double CSM or something. Farnir's double CSM, if they're bunched up like that. Good Demolisher cannon hit could force them off. Frenzy Barrage again. Bit of a waste to use it there, I think. Suppress the Devastators, I suppose. Here's the Baneblade, and it's all kicking off. Baneblade's been hit from the side. Chaos Dreadnought is rolling into melee, now fighting some Assault Terminators. Phobos pushing up, seems confident, he's taking a lot of damage though. Terminators are chasing the Leman Russ, which is a bad thing for them to try to fight, I think. Now they're just going to rip through some Guardsmen. I assume the melee Dreadnought did indeed go down. Where are the Assault Terminators though? They might have been forced off. Yes, they're running back to base right now. Phobos goes down. Baneblade is clinging onto life. Plague Marine's getting shots. Maybe. They're not shooting. There we go. Down it goes. Terminator's helping out there. The big super heavy vehicles are down. 143 to 137. VP's very close. Chaos Lord decaps the mid. Barely gets it done. Then goes down. Probably worth though. Rocket run now from King of Pythons. Some decent hits. Attacks are on the cap though. That fast capping train. Can Kabanyaka move in from the east and stop that? Leman Russ still in play. Level 2. Another Dreadnought for Kabanyaka. Who needs tier 3? When we got Dreadnoughts jumping around for you. Terminators dropped to model and ran off. I think these guys also dropped to model, I think. But they're back. 135 to 137. Don't get much closer than that. This tank needs repairs. There are scouts to do so. Fresh new scouts. Force Commander during all of that. Oh, killed the Inquisitor over here. Level 4. Expected the Inquisitor to be in the mid and doing a bunch of anti-Terminator stuff, and maybe the Catechans to harass the west side. I guess it would be tough for the Catechans to do much against that Force Commander. They can't knock him over with the shotgun blast when he's got his shield up. They could suppress him maybe, but he's still going to run up to you and smack you. Another Land Raider Phobos for Farnir. Guess we're not going to see a great unclean one stomping around, sad face. Here's the second Chaos Dreadnoughts. And we're going to see Mark of Khorne again, really. Okay. 2 to 1 for blue. Can the red team get back on the mid? Force Commanders found artillery spotters. How did you survive that hit, fella? It's another model, so they also survive it. Not sure what he's up to now. Maybe just getting some vision of what's over here. Chaos Terminators taking big chunks of damage, lost a model. Maybe blue team can just ride this out. Maybe they can. Here's the other Land Raider Phobos. This could be make or break for the red team. Can Dice Roll get more Terminators up? I don't think they have the pop for it. I think Terminators are 21, aren't they? They might need to lose a scout model or something. Don't quite have the requisition for it either. Any nukes available? Nobody has a nuke, but depending on how this fight goes, they could quickly get enough red for one. And an Imperial Abyss back here could be really nasty from Farnir. 134 to 68. Force commanders on the VP with Iron Halo up. Gonna get a decap, I think. Gets the decap. I don't think that Dreadnought's gonna get away, but the Force commander also does not get away. Dreadnought goes down. Strange choice, I think, from Kabanyaka to get another melee Dreadnought at low level. Well, would have just kept it with the autocannon or maybe got Marco Zinch again. 134 to 63. Assault Terminator is chasing the Dreadnought back. Manticore needs to be very careful as well. Super vulnerable to those Assault Terminators, that thing. Red team are capping mid. Phobos creating some space by moving up. Terminator's creating that space as well by pushing through into the back lines. Here are Bloodletters though, and Bloodletters are pretty good at fighting these Thunderhammer Assault Terminators here. All that power melee. Quick attacks in those stand-up melee fights. Manticore on the mid. Lots of damage for the Phobos, holy crap. 134 to 49 on the VPs. Red team got it though. Oh, but they lost a natural. What was it? It was the Catechins here, being all sneaky like. And more Chaos Terminators for Farnir. The full loadout of Power Fist and Combi Bolter. Librarian I think is alright. Level 4 Librarian here. Done well. Predator tank with a las cannon in. No match for Vanquisher Lehman Russ, especially when it's out leveled though. Double cap for red. Catechins are still here, and these guys now have an autocannon. Are they going to leave? They shouldn't leave. They are indeed leaving. That could be a massive mistake by Farnir. Unless, are you guys just going to take the place? Maybe these Assault Chaos Terminators with claws are going to look after the VP. Well, they better get to it, because it's being decapped right now. Got some CSM moving up as well, but back to the mid. Baneblade number 2 is up. Phobos number 2 is in there. Down goes that Predator tank. Manticore doing some good work on the Land Raider again, but the Baneblade is getting messed up. Assault Terminator's on it. The Phobos getting big shots. It's going to go down pretty fast. Down it goes. I think it was a Plague Marine missile that got it again. Level 4 Plague Marine's doing work, eh? Can they get the Phobos though? Marco Zinch Dreadnought is trying to chase in melee mode, so it keeps moving. Oh, down it goes. They got it. Big vehicles go down again. 2 to 1 for blue. Red team capping mid. It's gonna be close. Rocket run. I was gonna say, why was the rocket run not put on the mid to stop the cap? It eventually got there and stopped the cap. Now it's Librarian, I think, that's capping. Force Commander's down, twitching on the VP. Double Assault Terminators now for Dice Roll. With all those hit points and those heavy melee Thunderhammers. 90 to 22. No idea what they're saying in chat, of course. Is it those Terminators over there now? It is. Lightning Claw Terminators just ripped through those Catechins, I guess. 83-22. Have the red team done enough? They have the army advantage, that's for sure. Leman Russ is still around. Double assault terminators going after it now. Oh, there's your Purgatus. She now has her mandate as well. She is aggro right now. Assault terminator is having to teleport back. There's Veil of Time on one of them. 66-22. 2-1 for red. Can they hold on? Oh, they're getting a decap over here. Sneaky scouts. Well played. Dice roll. That's a big deal. That getting a decap. Got a las cannon setting up here. Those terminators dropped 2 models and are backing off a bit. Not sure if they have time to get them back to base though. Maybe dice roll could get a really late Razorback just for reinforcement. There's an Imperial Abyss by Farnir. Manticore strike in the mid as well. Chaos Lord trying to decap. It certainly took the shrine out, the nuke. Messed up a bunch of bloodletters, but I don't know if they were all just spawned by the shrine. 23-22, single cap for red. They have their natural. 2 Leman Russes now. This one without an upgrade. That Terminator model is so low, down it goes. Plague Marines are back though. It's now infiltrated Havoc trying to decap, but the Chaos Lord's there. Have the blue team turned it around again? What is this? Oh, the Inquisitor with mandate getting a decap. Can't stop her. There's a double for blue. That might be enough. And then Purgatus to stop them capping immediately. That might be enough. Plague Marines can't do it. Down they go. And there it is. I guess the red team conceded at the end. What a finish by the blue team. I thought they were out of it. But they even got their natural decapped. Mandate made the difference. Mandate made the difference. Getting that decap there. Also the Chaos Lord kicking ass in the mid at the end. Awesome stuff. Level 5 Inquisitor here. Purgatus at the end. Expected a bit more of that a little bit earlier, but it came good for level 5 Chaos Lord. Started off slow, but really came into his own in that final fight especially. Level 5 Sorcerer. Did you get any war gear? Got the Rod of Warp Fire there, I see. Not sure if they had anything else. And the Force Commander, level 4, fighting some heretics at the end. So he's happy. There you have it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will see you next time.